But I said some people may understand, like, wait, I asked you advice on how to edit. I asked you advice on how to get up out of bed every day and do YouTube. And you'll start to notice things I'm saying that's kind of throwing the situation off track, but I'm trying to keep it at a level to not make it seem like I'm here. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, if a person asks, what's one of your best motivating factors for me to get out of bed every day and do YouTube? For me, I understand that it's the willingness to be my own boss, my own entrepreneur, to teach people, to motivate people, and do all these type of things, right? But let's say that I tell this person, YouTube was popping, man. It's your boy Ken.Moneybaggg, and yes, I'm back with another video. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. We gonna do a video today on people envying other people. We all experienced it. We all hate it. Let's get it, man. All y'all shit like iPhone chargers. I'm gelling off all y'all every video. Be prepared. So listen, man. We got the tech envious people, Robert Greene on Signs of Envy. We all know Robert Greene got that little ass Shawn Michaels cut. Big ass blue button-up shirt. And we got my son right here with that little ass Kyle Korver feed. But listen, man. We turning up today. Let's get it. Super excited. Let me make sure my sound working. Oh, I bet. Let's get it, man. Trombone head, Annie. Let's get it.
No, I trace it to childhood. There's a great writer, Melanie Klein, a psychoanalyst, who said that there are children who are envious children. They're greedy, envious children. They envy the attention that other siblings are getting, right? And they go through life becoming enviers. But people like that have learned over the years to disguise their envy. They have to disguise it in some way, because if they show it, it'll turn people off, and they'll have, they'll be very limited in what they can get in life.
Facts. And that's an amazing point he made right there, right? But if I add some stuff onto that, a lot of times how he was saying that they try to hide it, it always come out in some form of fashion. What you'll notice about most envious people, though, they trying to, well, not try, but, well, I can say try. They try to cloak it in jokes, right? But you'll always notice that it be the most jokes that I have the most substance to it. So, like, for example, how I come on these videos and I'm gelling off y'all. Like, I say, y'all shit like, your shit like a grinder. You get what I'm saying? Like, some little funny stuff, right? But I said, we'll all know, like, all right, that's jokes or simple stuff. But the people who always target certain things, like, let's say if you have a friend and, one thing that bothers them is their weight, right? And let's say that any chance let's say that what bothered them, how can I explain this? Okay, let's say that you have a friend, let's say he's big or he's fat or whatever, right? But he's a confident fat person, and you're probably fit but you're insecure or whatever, and you see your friend that's big going out doing his thing, he's making stuff happen, his life is amazing, right? He living the dream. But you, on the other hand, right, you fit and you feel insecure, you still feel down about yourself. So at any chance you get, rather you see another fat person, or let's say y'all in the store, y'all in one of the biggest sections for the big people or whatever, and you constantly make jokes about their weight or try to throw like little subtle hints, but you try to make it as a joke. I said a lot of the times those will be the red flags and the key points we miss, due to the fact we think like, nah, me and this person cool, we locked in or whatever, but that be the little small stuff we be missing. And one thing about all our booger head asses is that we gotta kind of lock in and understand where to cut certain stuff off at, so that way we could grow. I'm spitting today, man. You get what I'm saying?
So these are masters at disguising the signs of their envy. So they'll do things like that. They'll tell you, give you advice that is meant to kind of confuse you or throw you off or lead you down the wrong path, on and on. There are there are myriad disguises that enviers have, and I try and show all of them. I mean, one thing that I think is really critical is that I talk a lot in this book about nonverbal communication, because I think it's a huge area in social interactions that we normally don't pay attention to. People give off a lot of information by their body language, by their looks, by their tone of voice, and enviers often can be unmasked by their micro expressions. by their tone of voice. They may be praising you and saying something good, but their tone of voice is kind of cold, and it's made to make you wonder whether...
Facts though. And don't get me wrong, right? Sometimes life may surprise you and it may be a person that you didn't think at first was a hater but turned out to be a hater. But you always could tell due to the fact if you have a lot of experience with people that are genuinely happy for you, you understand the difference. So for example, you know, shout out to my guy E or whatever, you know, one of my closest homies. Me and him, we do the same thing, gelling off each other. You know, we work in the same place or whatever, we gel off each other and we make a whole bunch of jokes, but the jokes we say is literally nothing to diminish each other. Like, the minute we meet up for a link or whatever, rather it's to the mall or to shoot a vlog, he literally saying something about my shirt or my hoodie, but it's little stuff that we don't even care about. So it's nothing that kind of ties into, like, I'm trying to make you feel bad, or, you know, I want you to feel down about yourself, or I don't like this, I don't like that. Like, nah, we locked in. You get what I'm saying? So I said those type of people, you could kind of tell the difference versus to when you get in another environment and it's a person always trying to throw little shots after little shots on things that they think might kind of throw you off track. But how he said that people would try to tell you information that could confuse you, which is true. You do have a lot of people that will try to cloak up information hoping to throw you off, but once you're a person that can make your own decisions, you could get advice and you could take it in, but if it don't correlate with who you are or make sense, you're going to be good regardless. You get what I'm saying?
There's something else going on. Or you'll detect... So I have an example here of a way to test this, whether you're dealing with an envier. If you tell them some good news about yourself, you'll see a flash of disappointment in their eyes. It'll only last like half a second, and they'll quickly cover it over. Or if you say something bad that has happened to you, you'll see a slight smile that crosses their face, you know. Or people who gossip a lot. That's another kind of disguise of envy. You know, they're saying bad things about other people. And we all love gossip, and it's kind of juicy and fun.
Right.
But it's a way to disguise the fact that they really...
Bro, I'm talking about some juicy and fun. Rob, can't be saying stuff like that, man. I'm teaching a class. You get what I'm saying? Big ass blue shirt. Juicy and fun. What the fuck?
Envy the people that they're trying to bring down.
And look, that's crazy. Like I said, once you got experience with people that are genuinely happy for you, bro, you really peep all this stuff, though. Like I said, it literally be the littlest stuff. For example, that's like I met one of y'all in person, right? And let's say one of y'all asked me for advice. Can I watch your videos? I want to be a content creator. How do I do this? How do I do that? And let's say that as I'm talking to you, right, I see that you have the potential and the drive. You just need advice to fully push. But I could tell, like, nah, if I give him this advice, you know, he gonna flourish. Or me giving him this advice could have him be bigger than me. So now I try to tell you some advice so I don't seem like a hater. But I said, you'll know. I said 9 times out of 10, some people may not catch it. But I said some people may understand, like, wait, I asked you advice on how to edit. I asked you advice on how to get up out of bed every day and do YouTube. And you'll start to notice things I'm saying that's kind of throwing the situation off track. But I'm trying to keep it at a level to not make it seem like I'm here. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, if a person asks, what's one of your best motivating factors for me to get out of bed every day and do YouTube? For me, I understand that it's the willingness to be my own boss, my own entrepreneur, to teach people, to motivate people and do all these type of things, right? But let's say that I tell this person, due to the fact I see they got that drive and that fire inside them, I go tell this ugly mug that they got to get the best camera. Or I go tell them, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do YouTube yet because you don't got no big setup. Or if you only going to do YouTube off your phone, you can't make it. Or you got to have a phone with the best stories because you got to do this and do that. And I'm throwing them off a track. You get what I'm saying? It's like you asking me what's a good motivating factor, and I'm telling you about something materialistic. It don't make sense, right? Tadpole head, Annie.
He sense envy, right? How does one handle that? How does one deal with that?
Handle one's own envy or from other people?
No. Forget about other people. So first, let's address my own.
You have to be first willing to be honest with yourself.
Sure.
And to want to change this part of your character. But, you know, look at these sort of strong moments in your life where you really hated somebody and maybe you acted on it, or you said something kind of insulting to a person. We've all done that. And you will tell yourself originally they triggered it by their action. I want you to go back
Sure.
and start seeing what might have been a different scenario where you might have felt a pang of envy. So as you say, even with the con artist who con people, there's a degree of, God damn, that guy got away with it. That's pretty neat. That's pretty interesting. You know, there's always usually a root of that, even with somebody that you hate or really despise for some reason. There's a little spark of envy where you kind of admire the fact that they got away with something that you couldn't get away with. So you got to dig back and look at the actual causes of it, but look at those moments in your life in which you felt a very powerful negative emotion towards a person, and try and see if going kind of reverse engineering it, you can go back to the moment and see the original sense of envy that you might have had.
Okay, cool, right? So let's say how he said go back in the moment. Sometimes once you go back in moments, you'll realize that that sense of envy might came from a person that kind of seemed like how they would call like naturals. Like, for example, people that play sports in high school, people that always got the girls, people that always probably dress the best and make stuff look so easy. A lot of the times, that stuff come from them just having repetition after repetition, but it just seems so natural once you look up, or they may be able to accomplish something so fast, it may seem like damn, and you may just be that person that got to take a longer trip with everything, you know? Like for me, it's crazy. I literally see that once I get in the mode with this YouTube stuff, analytics good, or I could constantly flow. If videos doing bad, I'm putting out. You get what I'm saying? And it may be another person, they may realize like, damn, I checked this account. Let's see something real quick, right, guys? So, hold on. Alright, cool. Let's say for my analytics, right, cuz? Let's look at this 2.5. So 4 days ago was my last video, right? And look, I'm trying, hold on, let me just make sure y'all can see this or whatever. My mouse on. I'm overhead on. Fell asleep on me. Come on, Jay. Come on. Let's look at this, right? Hold up. 2.5. Let's look at this 2.5, right? I'm gonna show y'all. It's just a quick example, right? Look. Let's see. Look at this, right? Look at these analytics or whatever. Hold up. Let me let it focus. What's that? Alright, cool. Look, right? 136 subscribers, right? 1.5k views. That's just analytics, not overall though. Hours, watch time 76.9, and my last video was 4 days ago, and this was a Walmart vlog with the homie. Shout out to my boy Corey, right? So listen, right now I'm at 136 subscribers. Let's say, for instance, I post this video or another video and it blow up and I'm at 10k or I'm at something like that, right? I said for a lot of people, they might look at it as like, oh man, come on, how you have 100 subscribers one day, then the next day you look over, he got this and that. Not knowing that, for me, I've been kind of working on YouTube for a minute. It's just that sometimes I get inconsistent, or sometimes it's like I get stuck on with the put out or whatever, but then I hop back on, I'm like, nah, we gonna do this. Or sometimes I go through a period where it's like I take time off, yo, I gotta switch a few things, let's do it, right? So they might think like, come on, man, he got lucky, or this person thing just came about, not knowing that, or why he had a few years of experience, he's more comfortable with the camera. Let's say if a person starts from scratch, because I'm used to cameras, like doing skits, starting YouTube a while ago, but just not having the right setup. So when it came to reaction videos and all that, I didn't really know how to do it before. So I would do a reaction, like I would just do a reaction to my face and how to sound in the background, but that's not as appealing. Like you want to see like what I'm working on, what I gotta say. You probably want to hike on me, you get what I'm saying? Like on some like, yo, Rey Mysterio looking at a nigga, like whatever you want to call me, right? So I said another person may be like, oh damn, you know, he got lucky, not knowing that these years of repetition is kicking in at little times. So when I'm recording, I'm remembering like, I bet I felt this way on a topic, or if I'm recording a video, I usually get stuck right here. So let me try to push the algorithm and just say a little more and see how I feel. You get what I'm saying?
Keep this in mind. An ancient writer going back like to 7th century BC, Hesiod, said, the potter envies the potter, the writer envies the writer. And what it means is you're going to envy people who are in the same situation or boat as you. Mm-hmm. I don't envy my carpenter who got a great new job working on a house, because I'm terrible with my hands, I could care less. I'm happy for him. But a writer who's suddenly 55 on Amazon while I'm at 77, I'm going to feel envy for. So look at the people in your profession. Your dislike of that fellow artist or that other podcaster, 99% sure that it comes from a place of envy.
For sure, yeah.
Right? So those are kind of signs of it. And then from that place, and that degree of honesty, I give you tips and strategies for how to alter that envy into another dynamic. So for instance, you're always envying people who have more than you, who are doing better than you. But there's billions of people on this planet who are doing a lot worse than you, right? The opposite of envy is gratitude, where you feel grateful for what you had as opposed to envying what other people have. And without getting too Pollyannish about it, you can always feel grateful for the fact that you're alive, that you're healthy, that you've got your brains and your wits about you, that you've got a decent job, that you have some people in your life. Why don't you look at the people who have a lot less than you, and instead of feeling envy for those who are better, why don't you feel grateful for what you have? People are not nearly as happy and successful as you think they are. Mm-hmm. They only present those happy moments on Bali on their Facebook feed. They're not showing the angry little bitter fight that they had with their girlfriend 2 hours before, in which she left, saying, "Wait, you asshole, I'm leaving you," kind of thing. They're doctoring their image that they present to show the best parts of their life.
Facts. It was crazy. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. I said facts. And what's crazy, bro, I said it sounds so cliche because everybody say that, like, oh, social media not what it seemed to be, relationships, da-da-da. But I said it's really true, though. Like, bro, even for me, right, it was points in times in my life where I can relate to this. Like, people probably see me on the gram dancing or posting a certain video, and I said I probably literally had my shit blown right before that. Or I probably was mad in a moment, smiled for the camera, you know what I'm saying, and then posting my picture or video or whatever I decided to do. Or some people may see like, oh, I want to be like Ken, man. I want to, I want to live perfect. I want to do this and that. And don't get me wrong, I've accomplished a lot in my life, which I'm proud of, but I got so much more to go. So it don't really just stop at that certain point. You get what I'm saying? It really don't stop at a certain point. I get that. It's just so appealing to look at. Like, you a person that probably never traveled, and this one girl on Instagram or this one dude always, like he said, going to Bali, going to Dubai, always in New York City. They networking opportunities, but the minute they come home from that network, they go cry in the corner. The minute they on that trip, they still think about life, or they still think about some traumatic experience. So a lot of the times, it's mostly ego, but a lot of that stuff have you fooled. Another good example I'll give to you is that, it's like a habit of just like buying a bunch of stuff I don't need. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some stuff I buy because it's like, hey, I just want to do it. But we all had that period where it's like you feel like you got to keep up with the materialistic world. And you'll realize they never stop. Like your mind will trick you into thinking item after item after item is going to make you happy. And you look up and it's like you literally got everything you wanted or every item you wanted. And you really don't need nothing else, but you keep getting fooled, like, nah, go buy this. Nah, go buy that. Go buy this. Go buy that. And it's like, you don't need it. You get what I'm saying? So, it's kind of tricky, man, but we gonna stay in there, y'all. Let me check something. Alright, we good. Hold up. Let's get it.
I talk in the book about how we always envy really wealthy people. And who was the wealthiest person in the world in the 1960s? It was Aristotle Onassis. And I read about him in this Jacqueline Kennedy biography. He was the most miserable man on the planet. He was so fucking insecure. He was just a nightmare to deal with. So if his billions couldn't buy him just an ounce of happiness, then these people that you envy aren't really worth envying, right? They're not really as happy as you think they are.
Yeah.
Damn, look at Melly. Y'all, shout out to Melly, man. Y'all go watch the Pineapple Show. Shit amazing. Hold on. Oh, 18 minutes, good video, man. Great video. Y'all, clap it up for my bagel head. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Nah, my tat, it's a little ashy. Y'all leave me alone. My tat is a little ashy. I'm not ashamed, though. I'm gonna show that motherfucker off, man. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with your boy, man. Ken.Moneybaggg, and We locked in. I appreciate y'all. All y'all shit look like ass cheeks. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. All y'all. But I appreciate y'all, man. And yes, I did my little tie-dye hoodie myself. Threw a little bleach on it. Got the hoodie from Amazon. It's dope or whatever. I appreciate it. But y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. I'm out. Gang.
Turn up with your dogs or you gon' turn up by yourself? You gon' go get on your grind or you gon' sit and ask